Hello friends, let's crack together just in first attempt. It's very easy to crack it. Now we will continue with the next topic of teaching aptitude, that is different approaches in education. So first approach is behaviorism. Behaviorism means what? To learn a new behavior. It is conditioned to learn new behaviors from the law of exercise or law of effect. To learn from the law of exercise means what? Repeating same thing again and again, that is practice makes a man perfect. And second is law of effect, principle of reinforcement and punishment, means to changing behavior by exercise or by effect to learn the new behaviors. Second approach of education is Gestalt psychology. Gestalt psychology says that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, for example human body. Next approach is constructivism. Constructivism means learner actively construct the knowledge using the basics of learning, accommodation and assimilation. Okay, learner develop the new schema, construct new knowledge depending upon the available knowledge. Next is idealism. What is idealism? Idealism says that the mind is the center in understanding the world, means spiritual aspects of learning. It is given by the main thinkers like Froebel, Kant, Plato, Swami Dayananda, Vivekananda and Sri Aurobindo. Means these are the main thinkers, scientists or great humans like Swami Dayananda and Vivekananda says mind is the central in understanding the world. Next approach is naturalism. What is naturalism? Naturalism means nature is the whole of reality, means whole source of knowledge. Okay, means nature is everything, nature is whole source of the knowledge, and this concept is given by the Tagore, Rousseau, Herbert Spencer. Next approach is pragmatism. What is pragmatism? Means focuses on activity or by doing. We have to learn by activity or by doing same things. Okay, so main thinkers of this concept or this approach is C.S. Peirce and John Dewey. Next approach is humanism. What is humanism? It is a reasonable balance in life, regards and human as a center and measure of all activities. Means balance between the lives and regards of human, that is humanism. Next is rationalism. Rationalism means knowledge are gained independently of sense experience, means whatever knowledge is gained through the sense experiment in environment, that is rationalism. Empiricism means sense experience is the ultimate source of all the concepts and knowledge. Rationalism says sense experience is the most important in this approach. Next is existentialism. Means this philosophy that emphasizes individual existence, freedom and choice, uniqueness and isolation of the individual experiences. Okay, means we can learn through this existence, freedom and choice. Next topic is how to evaluate the students' performance. There are different evaluation techniques classified two types: qualitative evaluation and quantitative evaluation. Okay, what is quantitative evaluation? Written examination, through oral examination or through practical examination. Means using these three examinations we can make quantitative evaluation of the students. And qualitative evaluation, there is observation and interviews, checklist, rating scales, cumulative records, the records, cards, pupils, etc. Means this is the quantity means we can take the examinations like the written, oral and practical, and in qualitative we can make observations, interview, checklist, rating scale. There is a difference between quantitative and qualitative. Next, evaluation types on the basis of instructions. On the basis of instruction, first is placement evaluation. In placement evaluation, what is happening? To check the aptitude of a candidate. We know that what is the placement, how to select through the placement. Second is formative evaluation. Formative evaluation means what? When we teach students in a lecture, during the lectures we test the students asking the questions, taking quiz, small test, chapter test. This is formative evaluation. Diagnostic evaluation means it is detailed than this. Means in diagnostic evaluation there is a finding the strength and weakness of the student, that is diagnosis. Okay, then summative evaluation. Summative evaluation means oral reports, projects, term papers, whatever we take final exams. This is the summative evaluation. Okay, formative is during the lectures, diagnosis means finding the strengths and weakness, and summative means at the end of the year there is a big exams like yearly exams. These are the summative evaluation. And for this placement evaluation. Next are teaching aids. Teaching aids means teaching instruments like book, board, teaching methods, audio visual aids, means whatever technology like projector, screens we use, computer. Okay, these are the teaching instruments or teaching aids. Now there are the audio aids, visual aids, audio visual aids are used. First we see what are the benefits to use these teaching aids. What are the benefits? Clear images, supplement verbal instruction, motivational effect. We know that if we use projectors or any extra teaching aids, then it's very easy for the student to understand the concepts, or they are more interested to know that topics using that aids. According to the census, there are education technologies divided in audio aids, visual aids and audio visual aids. Audio aids means through the message can be heard. For example, radio sets, sound distribution sets. Okay, this is audio aids, whatever we listen through the audio. For example, radio. Visual aids, for example, posters, charts, flashcards. Okay, matches can only be seen like TV. Then audio visual. In audio visual means we saw and also listen. That is TV, video films, documentary films, etc. Next is functions of the audio visual aids. It's very easy because using these audio visual aids like TV, TV, video films, we can clarity understanding, clarity and understanding is increased. There is a better access, save instruction time, faster and comprehensive learning, better attention, interest and retention. For example, the kids can learn something better way by using the audio visual aids. For example, YouTube songs. There are different projected aids and non-projected aids. Projected aids means what? The magnification of image on the screen. We use projectors. Okay, there are different types of projector aids or instruments. Slides. Slides means whatever slides, paper, PowerPoint presentation. Overhead projector. Overhead projector. Head of the speaker is on the screen. Okay. The next. Third is handheld projector. For example, mobile. Then video projector. Example, digital projector. Next is opaque projector. Means EP scope. Displays the opaque materials by shining the bright lamp onto the object from above. Second type is non-projected aids. Non-projected aids which cannot be displayed using the projectors. For example, charts. We show in exhibition there are different charts are displayed. Second is flashcards. Cards are turned over at short interval. Next is poster. Poster presentation. Pictures and photographs. Graphs, symbols, maps and diagrams, display board, etc. These are the non-projected aids and these are the projected aids which can be displayed on the screen. These are not displayed on the screen. These are using the papers, charts, etc. Last topic is tips for better classroom environment. How to maintain the better classroom environment. So first is immediate action. Whatever happen in the class, take immediate action. Stop teaching in case of misbehaviors. If any student shows misbehavior, stop teaching. Then change the student seats if disturbs. Adapt and be sensitive. Then counsel after class and talk to the parents so we can maintain the better classroom environment. Thank you.